All right, everybody. Today, I thought we could enjoy going over the Chris Reeve large Inkosi. Inkosi means chief in Zulu because, Chris Reeve started making knives in the 90s in South Africa and has since moved up here to the States and uh, started the company of Chris Reeve Knives, which is now run by his son, Reeve. The large Inkosi was originally called the Sabinza 25 and was an iteration on the Sabinza line. They deemed it differentiated enough from the Sabinza to have its own title, its own model line. The Inkosi comes in large and small variants, and it comes in Tanto blade. There is a drop point blade, and there is a blade that is sort of a sheep's footy style blade that is called Nsingo, which I believe means razor in Zulu. As you can see, mine is the Tanto. I love the Chris Reeve Tantos. The Nsingo comes in the options of plain Jane, where there is no inlays, or you can get inlay options. There's also a WC or a Wilson Combat large Inkosi. And there's also a small Inkosi that I believe there's a Wilson Combat small Inkosi as well, but I could be wrong. The Wilson Combat has a sort of a starburst spread coming down in lines like this. My large Inkosi has an aftermarket millet clip with matching glass blast finish and black micarta inlay. And you guys, I might have seen I did a video installing this Jekyll to Hyde backspacer. There is one more mod I plan on getting, a replacement zirconium inlay pivot. The maker offers thumb studs as well, but I think I'm going to pass on that. That's every other modification I have on this. It's just hardware swapping. I could swap out the pivot back, I could swap out the backspacer out and the pocket clip back to its stock one, but getting thumb studs swapped would not be the same. So I think I might just leave them the way they are for a while longer. I like the large Inkosi the best of the Chris Reeve offerings. I like the Umnumzon equal, but I like to be able to reverse flick, and I'm finally starting to be able to reverse flick this consistently with less wrist. It's only a month or so old. I mean, its birthday was earlier this year in 2025, but I've only had it for a month and I got it new. So it's still breaking in. The large Inkosi and all Chris Reeve items, our knives, come in these wonderful boxes. I'm going to set this aside for the moment. They have certificate of authenticity. It'll indicate the birthday. It'll indicate the stats. There's a card with the parts. There's your registration and a sticker. And I believe here it even gives a little timeline of Chris Reeve, the company. The Inkosi and again all the other ones come with this wonderful microfiber cloth. They come with the fluorinated grease that Chris Reeve recommends you use, along with some Loctite they recommend you use. It comes with the necessary hardware, and this is the stock clip that it came with. And this is my Jekyll to Hyde packaging. So I have a few more things in here than come with it stock, just because I keep the packaging for the hardware that I'm wearing on the Inkosi in the box. So yeah, I think you're supposed to slow roll this thing out. I can't always flick it. I can relatively consistently. It's definitely my preferred method of deployment. So what do we got here? About I'll say about 3.5. I thought it was longer than that. I guess if you go all the way down to the back, it's like 3 and a little over 3 3/4. But if you're up here where it is shorter, overall length 8.5. I mean, that's just what I'm getting. I don't know if that's what's on the stat. That's, but I love the black micarta. It's got a wonderful texture to it. It feels kind of like titanium. Maybe like a softer titanium, maybe a waxier titanium, but it definitely the contouring of the sides of it, so it's not too rough. Kind of fit your fingers in between the two when you're gripping it like this. It's just adds extra sort of width to it, an extra dimension of I don't know, grip dynamics. Because it's not texture, it's just that it has a more dynamic surface area that you're trying to grip upon. Because like I said, it's smooth, like the titanium, but now you have these extra grooves, these hills and valleys. I love it. I think it's artfully done. So, one of the differences between the Sabenza, the Umnumzan, and the Inkosi is the Unumzan and the Sabenza both have a lanyard pin. The Inkosi does not. Its lanyard came wrapped around the standoff. I think I took the entire standoff out, actually. Yeah, I did. So this is how it comes. Wrapped around this little standoff. And I took that out from my backspacer. I don't particularly like lanyards, so I don't wear them. I do love the Jekyll to Hyde's options for lanyard use, but not enough to use them, so Millet clip was interesting. I had to actually, when I originally got it, it was so tight that it just shredded my pants. I couldn't get it on and off. It even still looks really tight. You know, it's definitely got contact down there on the face. So what I did is I took it off and I put a small sliver of silicone underneath this back on the right hand side of the screw here, so that it caused it to be up at a slight angle. Now when I actually originally did it, I did too much silicone, and it caused it to actually like lift up off a little bit too much. So I had to take and you know, I might have too little now. I might want a little bit more. I might make that adjustment at some point, but it's working fine. It's going on and off my pants. It does require two hands to get on and off my pants. I have to do the, you know, pull it taut so that you can slip it on sort of thing, but that's not a huge sacrifice for how much you get a lot of grip with this backspace, or not this backspacer, this clip. It adds a whole extra dimension of thickness here, because it's not just a flat backspacer or flat pocket clip, it's got the whole inlay on it as well, so you have that additional layer. And upon deployment, it feels great because you can rest your fingers right there, and it helps helps with that process of sort of gripping it while you're flicking it out. The this pocket clip really is a great addition. If you can get it so that you can wedge something rubber or silicone underneath there so that it's not just destroying your pants, it really did make a great addition to this knife. So if you have that problem, because I did, it just shredded up a pair of my shorts. That's all you really need to do, is just open it up, put a piece in there, make sure it doesn't move off while you're setting it down, or twisting it down, and then it does give it the leverage it needs. So kind of had to jerry rig it there a little bit, but yeah, I love the Inkosi. It's interesting. It's so the stop is internal. The blade stop's internal. You can see it right here, but it's only screwed in on one side. It's just set in here. So it's got a nice shiny little surface there for that. I intend on getting Zerk pivot swap for this. So I'll probably end up making a video, honestly, once I get that Zerk pivot swap, because what I intend to do is swap the pivot out, and when I'm in there, I'm going to take my strop and I'm going to strop the washers a little bit so that it's a little bit smoother, because it's definitely getting there, but I'd really like the reverse flick to be just a little bit less demanding on my wrist. Not that it like hurts my wrist or anything. I just, you know, obviously don't want to have to use my wrist. It should be able to just, and it hurts to do that without your wrist at all. That is not a pleasant nub. I have the option to thumb stud swap it, but I'm not going to. Yeah, for a whole lot of reasons. But maybe we'll talk about those reasons when I do the Zerk pivot swap. So for now, I hope you've enjoyed looking over the large Inkosi with me. Mine's the black micarta inlay in Magna Cut Tanto variant. I have the Jekyll to Hyde backspacer and the matching glass blasted millet clip black micarta inlay. So it's getting there. It's a work in progress. I enjoy this knife. I use this knife every day. This is my primary user. So this goes to work with me and processes cardboard on the daily. So I appreciate you taking the time to watch and hang out and check out my Inkosi. And I look forward to seeing you next time for the next knife or next flashlight. Or I'm thinking I might do some flashlights here. I have a couple more knives that I want to take care of, but yeah, I've been neglecting some of those flashlights. I think they deserve to shine a little bit as well. So like and subscribe if you will, and I will talk to you next time. Thanks.